When learning about perspective, learning to draw perspective, the box is one of the best shapes to work with. The most important thing to establish early in perspective drawing is the eye level. The eye level is everything that is even with your eye as you look directly at the object. Right now our eye level is in the middle of the box. Now if we stand up, start to stand up, our eye level raises until we get up to even with the top of the box. If we stand up still further, our eye level will be 8 inches or so above the box, and we're able to see the top of the box. The most basic perspective is one-point perspective. In that one-point perspective, our eye is here, we're looking directly ahead, and everything that we see is perpendicular to our plane of vision. So a box would be directly ahead of us, we'd be looking straight at the front side. If we draw this box in perspective now, we'll have an eye level that would be here, a box drawn in front of that vanishing point would look like this. If our eye level is above the vanishing point, then say our eye level is up here, the box is down here. This is perpendicular to our plane of vision, so it's perfectly square, and the top of the box will go back to that eye, the lines will go back to that vanishing point. If our eye level is below the box, everything in one-point perspective is perfectly square to our plane of vision. Then our eye will go to a vanishing point here, and our box will look like this. This would be the bottom of the box floating in air. If we want to draw this accurately now, according to all our rules of perspective and one-point perspective, we put the eye level down first. Now I've drawn a box in one-point perspective. Our vanishing point is right here. If we draw that box below our eye level, like down here, the eye level stays the same. This front line of the front part of the box will have to be perfectly square. Let's make it perfectly square, with vanishing point lines going back to that vanishing point. Then I'll mark how far back I want the box to go, let's say there, and then this line will go parallel to these other lines down here, perfectly parallel. Now the box that we've drawn is like this. And you can see that box. There's the top of the box. Here's the front of the box. If we move ourselves, we're right here right now looking right straight at this box. If we move ourselves over here a little bit, we're going to see a box that looks like this. Just watch, we'll draw the box like this. Perfectly square again to the parallel to the eye level up there. The lines will go from here back to the vanishing point from these top corners. But notice we also see the side of this a little bit. There'll be a line that will go from this corner to the vanishing point. If I cut that box off, how far it's going to go to there, to that far back, then this line will go across here, and we'll notice that we'll be able to see the top and one side and the front of the box in one-point perspective. There's our box. This is the side of the box in one-point perspective. If the box is above our eye level, the same thing happens as we noticed before. We'll have a box with a line here, perfectly square, a line up here. This is the front of our box. And we'll make lines from the bottom corners. But notice we also have a line here that can go from this top corner to the vanishing point. That will give us a very skinny little shape right here. Let's do the bottom line first, across here like this. Where that crosses this corner line going to the corner, then we'll have to erect a perpendicular there, right straight up to the side, so we see a little thin side. That'll be the side of that box. It's a good idea to practice making boxes all around the vanishing point. So you have boxes going from every angle. And I'm using a pencil to make the lines on here. It's nice to use a pencil because you can erase those lines after a while and just have the boxes floating in space out here. So we make the lines to the vanishing point, limit the length of how far you want it to go, up to here, then it will go, the other line will go parallel again to the vanishing point. So there's our box. Now if we want to see into the bottom of that box, like it's floating in air, we would erect a line straight up from there so that we can see into the box. Here's the side of the box, into the bottom of the box like it's floating up there. But this gives you an idea. You want to do as many of these as you can, as often as you can, so you begin to understand how this perspective works in one point. Another thing you can do is to take pictures of houses in one-point perspective, or find photographs in magazines of houses in one-point perspective, looking right at them. Now look what I've done on this. I can take lines, see all these lines from right the edge of the eaves here. They can go down like this. A line from the edge of this eave over here can go down like this. And where they meet will be my eye level, because this is above above the eye level here. So the eye level in this particular photograph, here's where the photographer was standing, even with this bottom step right here. We put the person down here. Here's the person standing here with his camera, and he's looking at, here's where his eye level is, right here, right even with his eye. So all these lines, this line will go to that vanishing point, this line will go to that vanishing point, the line under the steps, under the porch will go to that vanishing point. All these lines go to the vanishing point, except the ones that go horizontally and vertically. When we are looking directly at the box, we call that one-point perspective. What happens when the box is turned this way and we're looking at it from down here?